Okay, are we on? Good. Live from the Tom O'Neill Memorial Studios inside the Park Forest Apartments here in Jackson, Michigan. The L2C Media Network presents Steve Sporty Balls. I'm. Who am I again? I keep forgetting. I'm Harry Von Stuttgart, your announcer. Tonight, we got the Wednesday winners. We got your usual assortment of sports, plus the monologue, and everything else you need to know in the world of sports, but a little bit funnier. And now, here he is, the man who can never say never. He can also never pronounce any other words. Steve, the Baxman Baxley. Hello. Hey, welcome aboard. How you doing? How's everything? Can we move this thing a little bit? Thank you. Hi, everybody. As you can see, we are still here, the team of destiny, the team of Rose, here in our little bungalow. Yes. And over here, soon to be, will soon be, as I keep saying, we're moving, we're getting things ready to put the show in here, our little studio. Things are progressing slowly because there have been things happening here, but I'll talk about that another time. Right now, I feel like doing early edition of the Wednesday Winners. We're bringing the Wednesday Winners back. That's right. They've been off the air for a while, so why don't we do them here? Okay, we got a national one, but I have a very special Wednesday Winners I want to do, and then we'll hit the monologue. But I want to do a couple of shout outs. First, for my Wednesday winners, and they're two good friends of mine. Uh, as everybody knows, I attend a church at the Apostolic Outreach Center on Longfellow Avenue here in the city of Jackson. And these two people have been married for 18 years. They are good friends of mine, and they got some tremendous kids. And to them, I dedicate our first Wednesday winner to these fine folks. Uh, they both work for a couple of nationally known uh, companies. And I want to say congratulations and a big shout haru to, as we adjust a bit, to uh, my friends. Hello, it's live. To my friends Kayla and Denny. Uh, Kayla just became a full time employee after a long time working part time, and she got a nice raise. She got a good raise, I should say. And Denny works for a nationally known company, but he got promoted. And congratulations to him on his promotion. He has, like Kayla, worked tirelessly to be successes. They have finally reached the pinnacle thanks to a little divine, a lot of divine help from the big guy upstairs, the Lord himself. And not only did he get promoted, but he also, like Kayla, got a big chunk of raise, as we like to call it here. So to Kayla and Denny, my friends, congratulations on the power of good news and also the blessings to the big guy for providing. And whoever says that the big guy don't perform miracles don't know any of us, because without him, I wouldn't have this. Without him, without all of you, I wouldn't be here. And I've got to find a piece of paper so I can finish and a little something so I can have my cat here because I think she would love it. Una would love it. I miss her, and I know you folks miss her too. Big hello to Matt, Ed, and Eddie, and Taylor Swift, greater than Disney, Star Wars, and MCU. Hello, and hello, Denny and Kayla, and to your kids. I I bless you guys, and may the good Lord continue to provide the blessings towards you and your family. And I'll see you all Sunday. Anyway, that's just one of our Wednesday winners. The next Wednesday winners will be coming up before we wrap up the broadcast. We will go over sometimes, and if we have a technical problem, don't worry. The whole thing is shown. So if you miss anything due to a tech prob, don't worry. You'll be able to see the whole show uh, in full. I promise you that. Anyway, by the way, big shout out to the. Uh, I'm going to say it. She is one in a million, and she's the most. I mean, if I described her to you, we would have to be. Uh, we would actually be having to do this 24 hours. She is one in a million, um, and I want to say big hello to the hostess with the mostest of the Effort Show, which, in her words, I'm on top of her show. No, well, actually, those weren't her words, but I'm on top of her. Her show, that is. Anyway, I'm not going to hear the end of this, am I? No. But anyway, I thank Piper for the nice compliments. And that is her name. She is known as Piper. She was born and bred in New Orleans. I was born and bred in Texas. Which one of us did? Which one of us did better? Anyway, got a lot to do, as I say. Before we continue on, I just want to show everybody something I mentioned on the Effort Show, and I also mentioned on the Cotton Council. By the way, hello Snowdub, hello Jolly, hello G Giggity, and another shout out to my soon-to-be Twitch neighbor, Fizz Giggity. Her car namesake continues to be doing spectacular. And now, I had mentioned on the two shows that on the two shows, the Effort Show in chat, and on the Cotton Council and the Tuck and Roll Show, that I had an Odyssey 2 from Angavox. Well, I do have the games, and these are just some of the games I got right here. I don't know if you can see them because I don't know. I never get taught this. Okay, let's put you this way. Yes. Yes, you can see those. If not, well, you should. There we go. There's two of the Odyssey games right there that I got. This one, of course, is what is this? Casino slot machine. There you go. And this is Matchmaker, Buzzword, and Logic, which is something the people in Washington need more than ever. There you go. So those are just two of about maybe hundreds I got. So I thought I'd pop in and show you those. Anyway, you want to get on with this? I know I do. So let's get on with it. Let's go to women's college basketball. I'm going to give it to you right here, right now, babies. That's right. We're more funnier than the Daily Show. Less than 2 weeks after becoming the all-time NCAA women's basketball scoring leader, Caitlin Clark officially surpassed Lynn Woodard's 3,649 career points for the overall Division I crown. Ooh, lally, lally, lally. Clark's historic moment occurred in Wednesday's 108-60 win over Minnesota when she drained a three-pointer with under 5 minutes left to play in the fourth quarter. Woodard played for the University of Kansas from 97 to 81. However, she is not listed in the NCAA record books because when she played for the Jayhawks, the NCAA did not officially recognize women's sports. Instead, women's basketball was governed by the Association for Intercollegiate Athletics for Women. After Clark snapped Kelsey Plum's NCAA record on February 15th, Woodard released a statement congratulating Clark on her sensational career and said she looked forward to seeing her score many more points for years to come. Now, this has also been a time in which Woodard thinks it's important to recognize the women whose achievements are not talked about much today because of technicalities. Woodard was also asked what she would want to say to Clark once she officially snapped her record, and the Kansas legend was very gracious about it. Woodard said, quote, "Hey, congratulations. Welcome to the party," end quote. In addition to setting the Division I women's scoring record, Woodard went on to compete in 2 Olympics and won a gold medal with Team USA in the 1984 Los Angeles Games. As if that wasn't enough, she made history by becoming the Harlem Globetrotters' first female member in 1985. The WNBA did not exist at that time, but the inaugural season was in 1997, and Woodard got to be a part of it when she signed with the Cleveland Rockers at the age of 37. Records are meant to be broken, and it's now Lynette's time. Let's see, records are meant to be broken, but Lynette should have been given the opportunity to pass the baton to Caitlin. It's her baton to pass. In a recent interview with Yahoo Sports, president of Legends of the Ball, Elizabeth Galloway McWhiter, also expressed her desire to congratulate Clark while also wanting to make sure players like Woodard get the fair recognition they earned. And even more impressive is the fact that Woodard's unofficial record falls short of the 4,061 points scored by Pearl Moore in the late 70s at Francis Marion College, which is a Division II school. This only goes to show women's basketball has had some incredible hoopers for a long time. So as Caitlin Clark moves inches away from the ultimate record breaker, that is, of course, Pistol Pete Maravich's record, we wish her good luck, and you can see her do it Saturday night on Fox against Ohio State. Well, that's going to be fun, isn't it? That's right. Again, she now has 3,650 career points, and she could potentially set the new overall NCAA overall scoring record held by LSU legend Pistol Pete Maravich with 18 points Sunday against Ohio State, a game that you can catch on Fox, not Saturday like I told you, but Sunday night, right on Fox. That's the big show. That's the big network, not FS1, FS2, FS8, but Fox. Numero uno. Okay, that's one historic story. Like I said, we got others, so let's move along here. For those of you who follow college football, like we all do, a new model for a 14-team college football playoff field is being heavily discussed among athletic administrators. A 3-3-2-2-1 format, which would go into effect in 2026, would give 3 automatic bids to the Big Ten and SEC, 2 such bids to the ACC and Big 12, and 1 to the highest-ranked group of 5 teams. The 3 remaining at-large berths will be divided up among the next highest-ranked teams. The plan, you're going to love this, the plan would also reduce the number of first round buys from 4 to 2 with an extra game added to the first round. Sources involved in the negotiation confirmed the format to to CBS Sports' Dennis Dodd. The model was first reported by ESPN and Yahoo Sports. The Big Ten and SEC are making a major move to gain access, revenue, and of course, power, power, power. In the latest round of college football playoff negotiations, I bet you Denny's watching this wondering, has this guy gone nuts? You've known me. I have never gone nuts. Creatively, I have. Anyway. Uh, in the latest round of college football playoff negotiations, reports of this model, Dodd reported Wednesday. This format would ensure um, the conferences make up at least 40% of the playoff field each year. However, sources told Dodd that this format is just one of several options being considered by the College Football Playoff Management Committee. Following a meeting last week, there have even been discussions among Big Ten and SEC administrators to break away from the NCAA completely. That might just be a very interesting little tap dance. Any new agreement, by the way, would require the approval of the 11 FBS conference commissioners and Notre Dame. Once the committee agrees on a format, revenue distribution must still be ironed out, with the Big Ten and SEC also seeking a more heavily weighted share. The current 12-team model had a long road to becoming reality. Format was initially proposed in June 2021, but wasn't approved until September 2022. However, these discussions have a more firm timeline. CFP Executive Director Bill Hancock has set a soft deadline for mid-March to reach a final agreement, citing the CFP's pending television contract negotiations as a major reason to expedite a format decision. The current broadcast agreement with ESPN will expire after the 2025 season. ESPN has offered $1.3 billion over 6 years for CFP rights in 2026 and beyond, though a deal cannot be formalized until a structure is set. So it's still anybody's ball game, as they say in the business. And speaking of ball games, you know what we're famous for? Not just giving you the headlines in both sports and entertainment, but also the most famous thing in Das Free World, that is the scores. That's right. Let's get rocking with the scores. Can we get rocking? I think we can get rocking. Yes, I think we can get rocking. So, without further ado, or don't, let's get to some scores. That's why we're here. We give good scores. We give good scores. Yes, we do. We certainly do. And I'm trying to pick up a pencil here, a pen or a pencilius. So, ladies and gentlemen, here you go. There we are. Like it so far? Great. By the way, smack that like, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, subscribe to the channel, and we promise you an entertaining sports program, so unusual. But of course, we got to follow the guidelines of the first ever rules by YouTube. Okay, have I sucked up to YouTube long enough? Yes, I have. Okay. Let's get going, shall we? Yes, we shall. We have to do this. Yeah, live score. You must love the words live score because in the essence it is live score. All right, let's do it to it. We got your NHL scoreboard. That's right. Let's kick it. No, we don't want Monday scores. We want today's scores. It's today, Wednesday. Beep. Okay, we got. Okay, if you're ready, I know I am ready. That's why I'm stretching my neck out. Do you all? Here we go. New York Rangers beat the Columbus Blue Jackets by a score of 4-1, and in overtime, it was the Edmonton Oilers defeating the St. Louis Blues. 4, 5, 6. Edmonton Oilers 3, St. Louis Blues number 2. That's right, 3-2 the final score. In the OHL, the Ontario Hockey League, the Oshawa Generals defeated the London Knights 6-4. The Barrie Colts defeated the Sudbury Wolves 7-3. That's right, Sudbury Wolves. I wonder if Fizz Giggity, our celestial wolf lady, knows anything about those people. Anyway, here we go. The Quebec Major Junior Hockey League games were the Halifax Mooseheads defeating the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles 2-1. Blainville Boisbjorn Armada defeated the Charlottetown Islanders 6-1. Chicoutimi Sanguines defeated the Gatineau Olympique 5-4. The Victorville Tigers defeated the Quebec Remparts 4-1. In the WHL, it was Calgary Hitmen 6, Edmonton Oil Kings 3, Prince Albert Raiders 5, Red Deer Rebels 1, Wenatchee Wild over the Regina Pets 6-3. 2 games still going on right now in progress. Kamloops Blazers over and the Spokane Chiefs. Kamloops lead Spokane 4-1, and Portland Winterhawks are losing right now to the Mississauga Warriors 2-0. Now you're probably once again saying, "Hey, that's great, Steve, but what about American hockey? What about the AHL?" I'm glad you asked. Let's give you the AHL scoreboard. First of all, to the teams that are still playing, Bakersfield Condors in the third period lead the Tucson Roadrunners 6-1. Colorado Eagles lead the Abbotsford Canucks 3-1. And the Coachella Valley Firebirds lead the San Jose Barracuda 3-0. Let's go for some win-wins. Belleville Senators over the Utica Comets 3-0. Lavelle Rocket over the Bridgeport Islanders 4-0. Cleveland Monsters over the Toronto Marlies 4-3. Grand Rapids Griffins over the Iowa Wild 3-2. Charlotte Checkers over the Hartford Wolfpack 2-1. Syracuse Crunch over the Rochester Americans 5-2. Texas Stars over the San Diego Gulls by a score of 4-3. Bakersfield, and I've already mentioned those guys. Okay, so that's your hockey scores. Dandelion Fluff, be happy. I've given you these scores. Okay, she would be happy. Okay, let's keep going. In the NBA, the Indiana Pacers beat the New Orleans Pelicans 123-114. The Dallas Mavericks over the Toronto Raptors by a score of 136-125. The Cleveland Cavaliers lost to the Chicago Bulls in overtime 132-123. Memphis Timberwolves 110. Minnesota Timberwolves 110. Memphis Grizzlies 101. Denver Nuggets 117. Sacramento Kings 96. And in the fourth quarter, the innocuous and rather strange LA Clippers are leading the Los Angeles Lakers by a score of 96-77. By the way, LA in a wee bit of, I'm just going to say it. They may not make it to the playoffs again, but we shall find out, should not we? Anyway, let's see. What else have we got here? Everything is black. Now it is white. Good. We have words. Okay, Okay, why don't we do this? Why don't we go to our NHL scoreboard? Okay. Here we go. I set the scoreboard. Thank you, boys. Let's press. Let's push and let's do a little shout out. Okay. Yeah, let's do the scores. We got college basketball for you, men's and women's and everything else there. So let's do this. Okay, Poopaloopas? Here we go. Okay, I've already given those. The men's, we got one game still going on, 3:18 left in regulation. Arizona, they lead Arizona State 75-62. Your final score is Florida over Missouri 83-74. Tennessee over Auburn 92-84. Marquette, or for those of you down south, Marquette, over Providence 91-69. By the way, 69 a workable number. Yes, they certainly are workable, aren't they, kiddies? Duke over Louisville 84-59. Iowa State over Oklahoma 58-45. South Kakalaki, or South Carolina, but for us it's South Kakalaki. 70, Texas A&M 68. Creighton over Seton Hall 85-64. Illinois over Minnesota 105-97. And we went to see Alabama beat Ole Miss properly, a 103-88 with a banjo on my knee. NCAA women's basketball. Oh, we got a lot. Game's still going on, 9 minutes, 15 seconds left in the third. It is Gonzaga over Portland, 45-20. Final scores, Air Force over Utah State, 85-46. Colorado State over Nevada, 54-51. James Madison, 69. And Coastal Carolina, 60. Final in just plain ordinary, run-of-the-mill overtime. High Point over Winthrop by 1, 65-64. Boston University over Lehigh, 89-78. 89 is a lot more difficult to do than 69. Obvious reasons, but actually we can't say them. We might get copyright stricken. Or we might get just stricken. Anyway, we go on. Bucknell over Loyola of Maryland, 74-56. UMass, Cinemass. They beat St. Bonaventure 58-45. VCU defeats Rhode Island by 69-59 score. Richmond over Duquesne 90-74. Kansas over UCF 65-53. Colgate over Holy Cross, Batman, 86-79. Navy, in the Navy, we will beat Lafayette 58-49. YMCA. Anyway, Village People references. You'll get used to these references. I know I do. Ball State. No. Before we go on, we must mention Ball State must never ever be confused with Steve Sporty Balls or Speed Storty Balls. Ball State, no, it's not a state full of balls. Though Taylor Swift may. Sorry, I had to go there. Ball State 75, Akron 41. Presbyterian. Yes, the Presbyterians, they have a mean streak. They beat South Carolina upstate 47-43. Praise the Lord, and passed the basketballs. St. Louis over LaSalle 78-57. Buffalo over Bowling Green 70-55. In double OT, which is more exciting than single OT because they get to play twice. Central Michigan beat Miami of Ohio 76-73. Kent State over Eastern Michigan, which is somewhere near Western Michigan, but nowhere near Northern Michigan or Southern Michigan. Now that we have all the directions, Eastern Michigan lost to Kent State by a score of 76-64. Ohio over West Michigan, 67-64. And a final score, Justin, Ohio State finally got their revenge against Michigan, at least in basketball. Ohio State beat Michigan 67-51. Thus, I have a feeling Michigan's chances to go into the NCAA playoffs or even the Big Ten championship games is about as good as my chances of surviving a trip to a nude beach. We continue while you ponder that and keep pondering. Penn State. No, that's not that. No, we didn't say that wrong. We know some of you like to call it State Penn, but no, it is Penn State. Penn State over Purdue, 93-88. Green Bay over PFW, 70-61. LA Tech. No, not LA Knight of the WWE. LA Tech. Yeah. They beat Western Kentucky 45-41. Toledo. That's right, Toledo. They beat Northern Illinois 74-61. Troy. Hail Troy. Anyway, Troy beat Appalachian State, or as it's initialed here, App State. That's right, a state of apps. 102-69. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you really know what a 69 is. I don't, but I like to think so. Anyway, we continue. 102-69, by the way, again, the final score. Did I tell you the final score was 102-69? FAU over Tulane, which is a cousin of One Lane, 80-67. Radford over Charleston Southern, 81-68. Tulsa over Temple, 76-67. Longwood, no joke here, I just love saying it. Longwood over Gardner Webb, 67-57. Yes, that's a golf reference. And if you believe that, well, you're probably alone in that, or probably others will also believe it. SMU in overtime defeated Wichita State 88-84. George Washington crossed the Delaware and beat Davidson 45-40. George Mason defeated Dayton 78-53. Fordham, which is the cousin of Chrysler, defeated St. Joseph 62-57. Oklahoma defeated Texas 71-70. Connecticut beat Villanova 67-46. Seton Hall beat Providence 71-65. Kansas State lost to Iowa State by a corny score of 82-76. Okay, I'll stop doing the Oklahoma parody. Texas Tech lost to TCU 73-52. Southern Miss beat Texas State 67-59. Yeah, jazz hands. Memphis over UT State 60-53. The Butler did it. He beat DePaul 73-70. Iowa over Minnesota 108-60. BYU over HOU STON 64-54. New Mexico, more better than old Mexico in certain aspects, defeated San Diego State 66-63. UNLV defeated Boise State 63-57. And Wyoming defeated San Jose State 88-73. Now, would you like some baseball scores? I know I would like some baseball scores. Let's all go and see some baseball scores, shall we? Orioles over the Twins. Now, some of these teams did play split squad. So here we go. Orioles beat the Twins 12-3. Nationals over the Red Sox 4-3. Braves and Phillies ended in a 7-all tie. Tigers, they beat the Scurvy Pirates by a score of 5-3. The Blue Jays beat the Rays 3-2. The Mets beat the Cardinals 3-0. The Astros beat the Marlins 6-1. Padres over the White Sox 3-1. Diamondbacks over the Guardians 8-6. Athletics over the Giants 7-4. Rangers over the Dodgers 6-4. Cubs over the Brewers 6-1. Royals over the Mariners 9-7. And finally, Rockies over the Angels 3-1. We've given you the final scores of all the NHL scores that were here. Let's go now to a bit of soccer. In Liga MX, it was Tigres UANL over Juarez 1-0, and Tijuana and Monterrey tied at 1. In Series A Italia soccer, Napoli over Sassuolo 6-1, and Inter over Atalanta 4-0. Those, ladies and gentlemen, are your scores. We are coming up to our lovely and exciting grand finale. Yes, we are going grand finale here. Okay, can we get rid of the ad? Thank you. We have no ads on this show. At least sometime we'll have the ads on this show, but we have to keep going. That's right, we keep going on this show. And going and going and going and going. Yeah. We'll try to get our mic fixed here so you'll be able to hear me clear and it won't sound echoey. Anyway, let's get to some more news for you. There's a lot going on with the Jets. There's a lot going on with everything else. Okay, let's do this in the NFL. A social media influencer made the news. Gee, what else is there to do? Anyway, love those social influencers. Buy this and I'll do this. Well, someone bought that and she didn't do it. Tyreek Hill faces a civil lawsuit that alleges the Miami Dolphins star broke a woman's leg during a football drill last summer. Social media influencer Sophie Hall's lawyers filed the suit in Broward County Circuit Court on February 23rd. It alleges Hill forcibly and purposefully pushed her to the ground during a football drill at his mansion last summer. Oh, what was she doing at his mansion? Interesting, don't you think? The receiver was humiliated when Hall sent him backward in a friendly football game lesson. Note the words friendly football are in quotes. The lawsuit said, resulting in him charging at her violently and with great force. The crushing force was so great that she sustained a right leg fracture, necessitating surgery with metal hardware implantation. Cletus, what does that mean? I have to ask our engineer, Cletus, head of audio. What for the lay people out there, including myself, what does that mean? It just means that, she got a lot of metal in her leg. Thank you, Cletus. Welcome. The influencer is seeking as much as $75,000 in damage. The civil lawsuit was filed on charges of battery, assault, and intentional infliction of emotional distress and neglect. There's a joke in there somewhere, but I'm too nice a guy to do it. Dolphins GM Chris Greer said Wednesday at the NFL Scouting Combine in Indianapolis, we were made aware of it. We were in communication with the NFL security, so I really can't comment on anything of that until we get all our information and find out just what happened. For us, Tyreek has been a good addition for us, but in terms of all the off-field stuff, we have to get all the information before we can really comment on it. You think they're trying to tell us something? Maybe this guy should be hired for Biden's press to replace Biden's press secretary. He makes more sense than she does. Anyway, you've seen the press. You've seen the White House press briefings. She tries. I'll give her credit. She tries, and that's about the last thing I want to say about that. We traveled into somewhere we do not travel, and thus we back up and go back into our land. Hall, who has more than 2 million followers on Instagram, says in the lawsuit that she met Hill in May 2023 when her son attended Hill's summer football camp in Boca Raton, Florida. Per court documents, the 8-time Pro Bowler direct messaged Hall through Instagram the day after she registered for her son for his camp, asking to meet up. Oh, you're gonna let's do it right, okay? Let's show the proper respect. Okay, got to show the proper respect. The day after the the eight-time Pro Bowler direct message Hall through Instagram the day after she registered for her son for his camp, or registered her son for his camp, asking to meet up and get to know her. In later messages, Hill invited her to fly out to meet him and stay at his house for a few days. Mm-hmm. The suit says Hall reached Hill's house on June 28th. In the afternoon, she watched Hill practice in his backyard with his trainer before he invited the 6'1" model to join offensive line drills with him. Where's my kazoo? Where? Oh, well, I'll just play harmonica. There we go. Okay, thank you very much. According to the complaint, Hall pushed Hill back during the first rep of their drill, causing the people in his backyard, Hill's mother, sister, friend, and trainer, to laugh. Quote, apparently embarrassed by his loss of stability as a result of contact by a woman during the football play, Mr. Hill's attitude changed and he became angry. And we all don't want to see Tyreek Hill angry. Yes, that was the Incredible Hulk television reference. The lawsuit says. The suit says that Hill minimized Hall's injury despite her being unable to help herself up and walk because of Hill running at her. Hall's complaint states she was diagnosed with a right leg fracture last July and is still in physical therapy for regular pain and instability in her leg. Kansas City Chiefs, Hall's former team, suspended Hill when there were allegations that he abused his son in 2019. However, the NFL did not end up suspending him after an investigation into those claims. Hill also pled guilty to domestic assault battery by strangulation after choking his then fiancée, who was pregnant at the time. Boy, this guy is really fun on a date, isn't he? Hey. He must have tiny ones. Anyway, he was kicked off the Oklahoma State football team as a result and had to finish his collegiate career at the University of West Alabama. Hill was given probation for 3 years as a consequence. Now, as recently as last August, Miami-Dade police investigated Hill after he was accused of slapping a 57-year-old man in an argument at a Hallover Marina in Miami. The charges were never filed. Somebody please tell this person that he's got to grow a pair and start acting nice. Men, please, for God's sakes, treat a woman with respect. Treat a woman with dignity. Okay? Tyreek Hill, anyone that would injure a woman, anyone that would assault a woman when she is with child is not a man, but a little baby with an even tinier brain. And you know I don't mean brain. But because we're on YouTube, I can't say the real word. But let's just say, teeny tiny weeny woo. Anyway, we continue on in this wonderful little bequested daughter. What else have we got here to talk about, to tell you about? Oh yeah. Can the Lakers? We were going to do this. Do we by any chance happen to have the standings? Yeah, before we get to more news and touch on some entertainment. Let's get to the NCAA standings. If we can, if we shall, and we do. Let's get to the standings of the National Basketball Association.com. That's right. Time for us to do the NBA standings and take a look at just how the teams are doing as their season gets slowly into playoff mode. In other words, we're also going to find out if the LA Lakers still have a chance to get in the playoffs. Or is it about time they, demote the king? Yeah, let's get to the standings right now of the games in the progression here. Don't tell me. Okay, here we go in the Eastern Conference. Let's see. We have PS here. Which playoffs? Okay, here we go. In the Eastern Conference, Boston Celtics are the top dogs at 46-12. Cleveland Cavaliers are in second, 8 games back with 38-20. Milwaukee Bucks in third, 38-21 is their record. They're 8.5 out. New York Knicks are in fourth with 35-24 is their record, and they're 11.5 games out. Miami Heat are in fifth, 13 games out with a 33-25 win-loss record. And in sixth place, it's Philadelphia 76ers at 33-25, 13 games out. The Indiana Pacers are in seventh at 34-26, 13 games out. Orlando Magic in eighth, 33-26, 13.5 out. Chicago Bulls are in ninth, 28-31, 18.5 out. 20 out. Atlanta Hawks in 10th at 26-32. 11th, the Brooklyn Nets at 22-36, or 24 out. Toronto Raptors in 12th, 22-37, 24.5 out. Charlotte Hornets are in 13th with 15-43 as a record and 31 games out. Washington Wizards, 14th place, 37 games out. Their record is 9-49, as are the 15th place Detroit Pistons, trying to get out of the basement and put the Washington Wizards in it. In the Western Conference, Minnesota Timberwolves are on top at 42-17. Oklahoma City Thunder are a half game out at 41-17. Denver Nuggets 2 games out at 40-19 in third. LA Clippers 3.5 out, 37-19 is their record. Fifth place Phoenix Suns 7.5 out with a 34-24 record. Sixth place New York Pelicans at 35-25, 7.5 out. Dallas Mavericks are in seventh with 34-25, 8 games out. Sacramento Kings are in eighth place with 33-25, 8.5 out. Golden State Warriors in ninth place, 11 games out at 30-27. The Los Angeles Lakers hanging on to a thread, 31-28. That's 11 games out. Utah Jazz in 11th place, 22-32. 15 games out. The Houston Rockets, 16.5 out in 12th place, 25-33 record. 13th place Memphis Grizzlies at 20-39, 22 games out. Portland Trailblazers, 14th place, 15-42, 26 games out. And San Antonio Spurs in 15th place, 31 games back, 11-48. Ooh wee, ooh ah ah, ting tang, wada wada bing bang. Okay, and while we're at the subject, let's we'll check the NHL games tomorrow. Let's get you, or we can do it right now, as a matter of fact. Yeah, let's do that right now. Let's go to the NHL scoreboard, or not scoreboard, but standings. Let's see. Let's go to the standings and find out the tragic number. What is the tragic number going to be? I wonder, I wonder, I wonder. Do you wonder? I wonder, I wonder, I wonder. I wonder too. Let's wonder together, shall we? Oops. Yep, here we go. NHL.com. Let's go to the fun loving standings after the games that have played tonight. We'll just see what the tragic number is for some, the magic number for others, to clinch a spot in the playoffs. Okay, here we go. Okay, do we have any magic numbers? Oh, magic numbers. Okay, thank you. Go back over here. Florida, this is the Eastern Conference Atlantic Division. Florida Panthers on top with 82 points. Boston Bruins in second with 82, just by a little decimal point. Toronto Maple Leafs in third at 74 points. Detroit Red Wings in fourth at 72. Tampa Bay Lightning in fifth with 69, a workable number. Tampa Bay Lightning 69. Buffalo Sabres in sixth place at 58. Montreal, Les Canadiens de Montreal are in seventh place with 54. The Ottawa Senators are in eighth place with 53. The Metropolitan Division of the Eastern Conference is this: the New York Rangers at 83 in first, Carolina Hurricanes at 76 in second, Philadelphia Flyers 69 in third, New Jersey Devils 64 in fourth, Washington Capitals 63 in fifth, Pittsburgh Penguins 62 in sixth. Hey, the New York Islanders, they got the 62. They're in seventh place. Oh! Columbus Blue Jackets in eighth place with 48 points. Western Conference, the Winnipeg Jets on top with 79 points, along with the Dallas Stars. By percentage points, I should say, Dallas Stars in second with 79, Colorado Avalanche in third with 77 points, Nashville Predators in fourth with 68 points, St. Louis Blues in fifth with 63, Minnesota Wild in sixth with 62, Arizona, the Coyotes in seventh at 51, and the Blackhawks of Chicago in eighth with 35. In the Pacific, it is like this. Vancouver Canucks with 83 points. Vegas Golden Knights, defending Stanley Cup champion, second, 73. Edmonton Oilers third with 72. Los Angeles Kings in fourth with 68. Calgary Flames in fifth with 63. Seattle Kraken in sixth with 61. Anaheim Ducks in seventh with 43. And those lovely the San Jose Sharks in eighth with 35. Where are we in the wild card race, folk? And we will tell you. In the wild card race, the top three in the Atlantic, the Panthers, Bruins, Maple Leafs, and the Metropolitan of the Eastern Conference, the Rangers, Hurricane, and Flyers. And the wild card, I'm going to continue to say it is way too close to call. Red Wings still got a chance. So do the Red Wings, still got the top spot. Tampa Bay Lightning. It's the Red Wings, Lightning, Devils, and Capitals. It's just too close to call. And that's why I don't think we're going to call it right now. But it looks like Columbus Blue Jackets will be out of the running. Ottawa will be the second team out of the running unless they can win some more games and hope for a complete and utter collapse. Let's see. I'm just going to say this. If Buffalo Sabres, Montreal Canadiens, Ottawa Senators can't move, they're going to be eliminated before the last week of the season. So there you go. Now in the Western, Jets, Stars, and Avalanche are the top three in their respective divisions. Are actually the top three in the Central. Top three in the Pacific, the Canucks, Golden Knights, and Oilers. And again, this one, the wild card race is, again, too close to call. Still got some good teams. The San Jose Sharks, the Anaheim Mighty Ducks, and I'm going to say, sorry, Arizona. Those three are going to be put out to pasture. And it's going to be a battle between the Kraken, Wild, Blues, Flames, Predators, and Kings. And with, I don't know how many games that are left, we haven't even seen the infamous way of knowing just who in the heck or what is the unlucky number, if we can do that properly. Who got the unlucky number of elimination, the elimination number. But right now, still anybody's race. Good luck to us all. Okay, we are done with that. We got a little time. We're going to bring you just one more story, and it does involve the Jets. We got two stories of the Jets, and our official Wednesday winner. And if we can, let's go to let's go to radioinsight.com, and we will give you the big headline, which is, of course, the Jets have a new radio home. That's right, you heard us. That's right, you heard us. The Jets have a new radio home, and here we go. We're going to give you that story. iHeartMedia is adding another NFL franchise to its portfolio as the New York Jets will move to Classic Rock Q1043, WAXQ, for the 2024 season in a multi-year radio and streaming partnership. WAKQ and both the iHeartRadio and Jets team app will stream in the New York market all Jets in-game broadcasts, including pre- and post-game shows. The deal also includes cross-promotion, events, and team-specific programming across iHeart's New York cluster, weekly appearances from coaches and players, team-produced podcasts highlighted on the iHeartRadio app. Jets editorial and video talent appearing and programming originating from Jets training camp. The Jets have been heard on ESPN 98.7 WEPN FM and predecessor 1050 WEPN since 1988. The station will be moving back to AM only in August once Good Karma Brands LMA of the signal from MS ends in August. iHeartMedia held the rights to 18 of the NFL's 32 franchises during the 2023 season, added the Miami Dolphins and Washington Commanders last year. Isn't that exciting? Okay, that is going to wrap things up for us. Short entertainment report. I know. Oh, and one more thing in the old media department. All of us here at Steve's Sporty Balls, on behalf of myself, Matthew the Wizard Nichols, Jay the Brain Man, as well as the L2C Media Network and the Last Call Cafe, and everyone around the world, not just in Chicago, but around the country and around the world, would like to wish WGN Channel 9 weather anchor Tom Skilling happy retirement after over 40 years. 40 years? You gotta be kidding. Yeah. 40 years. Yep. He was Tom Skilling. 45 years at WGN and an incredible run. Started in 78 until tonight. So to Tom Skilling, clear sailing, a beautiful long summer without a care in the world. You are the best. You are the top dog of weather meteorologists that all local weathermen and women, all local meteorologists like David Young here on WLNS here in Lansing, Andy Provenzano of Channel 10, local meteorologists, those that do this trade for you. Or I'm fumbling in words because I've watched Tom Skilling on Channel 9, and he is the best of the best, the creme de la creme. And so to Tom Skilling, all of us here at Steve's Sporty Balls, the Last Call Cafe, and soon to be Last Call Cafe Extended Hour, want to wish you a great retirement. You're going to be missed. You got some big shoes to fill. And the gentleman that's going to take over is the chief meteorologist in the Tom Skilling Weather Center. They're going to have a hard time to fill your shoes, but they shouldn't have to worry because they followed the same path as you, sir. You are one of the best, and all weather anchors, weather meteorologists, all meteorologists should heap high praise to you, sir, for your longevity and your uncanny way of predicting the weather. We're still trying to figure that out. So, Tom Skilling, good luck, and all of us here and around the world wish you nothing more than happiness, clear skies, and happy trails. And with that, we say goodnight, everybody. I'm Steve, the Backsman Baxley, and remember to always keep your sporty balls sparkling. This has been a presentation of Mystified Creativity Productions in association with the L2C Media Network and YouTube. We'll see you tomorrow night, 11:35 p.m. Don't forget, we are now on 7 nights a week. Oh, excuse me. 7 nights a week. That's right. How can I do that? There we go. 7 nights a week. That's right. 7 nights a week at 11:35 p.m. Eastern Time. So we'll see you tomorrow night, same time as we're on now. Thanks, everybody. We're about 2 minutes, soon to be 3. So we'll see you. Good night. Have a sweet and lovely evening. See you, Piper.